Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jimmy Uso to betray Jey Uso and replace him with debuting WWE star for Survivor Series? Potential bloodline twist explored. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso are officially back together, not only as the Usos, but also as part of the original bloodline with Roman Reigns. However, tensions are still high following Sami Zayn's inclusion. While the Yeet Master is supporting Sami, Jimmy is not happy with this decision. Jey has now invited Zayn to SmackDown for a family discussion. Amidst this tension, it's possible that Jimmy Uso could betray Jey and bring in Zilla Fatu as his replacement for Survivor Series War Games. Fans have speculated that Zilla Fatu might soon join the Bloodline storyline. Recently, the 25-year-old hinted at his potential WWE debut by alluding to his involvement in WWE's ID program. This fuels rumors that he may soon enter the Bloodline saga. This potential storyline could see Jimmy and Roman Reigns beginning to view Jey as a liability. Additionally, Jimmy recently made it clear on Raw that he and the original tribal chief have no intention of associating with Sami Zayn after his actions in the past, which was seemingly aggravated further after his crown jewel appearance. Jey siding with Sami could create further friction, eventually leading Jimmy to betray his brother on SmackDown due to his support for the former honorary use. Post this, Jimmy Uso could bring in Zilla Fatu as a replacement for Jey, especially with Zilla's recent hint of a WWE debut. The 25-year-old star could then aid the OG Bloodline members in their battle against Solo Sikoa's faction at Survivor Series War Games. It will be interesting to see how the Bloodline saga unfolds next and how Zilla Fatu's potential debut plays out following these recent hints. In an unexpected twist, Jimmy Uso could be revealed as the true mastermind in the Bloodline saga if he betrays the OG Bloodline to align with Solo Sikoa's faction. Jimmy was previously sidelined by Solo from the group, leading him to cost the self-proclaimed tribal chief a victory at Bad Blood 2024. Now, with tensions rising in the OG Bloodline, Jimmy might be revealed as the architect behind the discord. The Samoan twin could be working to keep Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns apart, ensuring they never reconcile. Jimmy Uso may have already planted seeds of doubt in the OTC's mind, making it difficult for Roman to forgive Sami for his actions, particularly after Crown Jewel 2024. This manipulation could be why Roman and Sami are unable to reunite. Furthermore, Jimmy's actions could also isolate Jey Uso, whose subtle support for Zayn may lead to his own separation from the faction. This would ultimately leave Roman Reigns alone, with Jimmy later revealing himself as the true mastermind when he aligns with Solo Sikoa. An angle like this would bring a shocking twist to the family saga and keep fans on the edge of their seats. As WWE gears up for Survivor Series, speculation around one of its most popular storylines, the fractured Bloodline saga, has reached a fever pitch. At the center of this intrigue are the Uso twins, Jimmy and Jey, whose bond has faced unprecedented strain following months of betrayal, emotional turmoil, and divided allegiances. Recently, rumors have suggested that Jimmy Uso might be planning to betray his twin brother Jey yet again and replace him with a debuting WWE star, leading to a potentially shocking twist for the Bloodline at Survivor Series. But why would Jimmy, who has repeatedly professed loyalty to his family, turn his back on his brother in such a public fashion? And who could the mysterious newcomer be? Let's explore the potential motivations, the stakes, and the intriguing possibilities that such a twist could create. To understand the impact of a possible betrayal, it's essential to look back at the recent history of the Bloodline. Once the most dominant faction in WWE, the Bloodline was a tight-knit unit built on the bonds of family, with Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa ruling over WWE. But as Roman Reigns embraced his tribal chief role with increasingly ruthless tactics, cracks began to show within the family. Jey, who initially seemed like the unquestioning lieutenant, began to challenge Roman's authority, setting off a family feud that has captivated WWE audiences for years. The turning point came when Jimmy turned on Roman, apparently siding with his brother Jey to fight back against Reigns' control. But just when fans thought Jimmy was finally standing by Jey's side, he shockingly betrayed Jey at a critical moment. Since then, Jey has left the bloodline, attempting to forge a new path, while Jimmy has lingered on the periphery, still under Roman's influence but seemingly lost in a maze of divided loyalties. Survivor Series presents the perfect stage for Jimmy to make a definitive choice, and it seems he may be willing to betray his twin brother once again. For Jimmy Uso, loyalty to family has always been paramount. But the bloodline isn't just about familial ties. It's also about power, influence, and survival in WWE. As Roman Reigns has made clear time and again, loyalty to the bloodline comes with privileges, safety, prominence, and respect. With Reigns still wielding control, Jimmy may be feeling the pressure to prove his allegiance and avoid becoming yet another castaway of the tribal chief. By betraying Jey, Jimmy could earn back Roman's trust and possibly secure his place within the bloodline hierarchy. It's a dark path, but it's one that makes sense for a man who has seen the lengths Roman will go to protect his throne. Moreover, betraying Jey could give Jimmy a way to differentiate himself from his twin. For years, the Usos have been a unit, inseparable, and often seen as two halves of a whole. By betraying Jey and aligning himself with Roman's ruthless mentality, Jimmy could cement a unique identity within WWE, even if it means losing his brother. If Jimmy does replace Jey, WWE would need a powerful newcomer to fill Jey's spot and make the bloodline feel as dangerous as ever. One name that has been circulating in rumor mills is NXT powerhouse Braun Breaker, a promising star with a no-nonsense, dominant in-ring style. Breaker's arrival could be exactly what the bloodline needs to regain its former glory. As the son of Rick Steiner and nephew of Scott Steiner, he brings a legacy of his own that aligns with the bloodline's emphasis on family lineage. Breaker joining the bloodline would also serve a dual purpose. He could serve as Roman's enforcer, adding a new layer of intimidation to the faction while learning from WWE's top star. Fans have been clamoring to see Breaker on the main roster, and aligning with the bloodline could provide a powerful debut that sets him up as a major threat right out of the gate. His aggression, athleticism, and family ties would make him a natural fit for the bloodline, filling Jey's role while adding his unique flair to the faction. Another possible addition could be Solo Sikoa's younger brother, another member of the Anoa'i dynasty who hasn't yet debuted but would add even more familial weight to the faction. WWE loves to bring family connections into storylines, and debuting a relative to replace Jey could be a satisfying way to bolster the bloodline's ranks and reaffirm the family-first motto that Roman constantly emphasizes. A betrayal of this magnitude would have massive repercussions, both for Jimmy and for the bloodline's future. For Jimmy, turning his back on Jey in such a public way would essentially sever the connection between the twins that fans have loved for years. This move would likely turn Jimmy into one of the most hated figures in WWE, a man who sacrificed his brother for power and favor within the bloodline. Jimmy would be committing himself fully to Roman's rule, which means embracing the cruelty and callousness that Roman has become known for. If the mysterious newcomer, say Braun Breaker, joins the bloodline, we could see a faction that becomes more brutal, more ruthless, and possibly even more dangerous than before. Breaker, under Roman's influence, could evolve into a powerhouse enforcer, perhaps even surpassing Solo Sikoa in brutality. This dynamic could create an internal rivalry between Solo and the newcomer, setting the stage for future tensions within the bloodline. For Jey, the betrayal could be devastating. He left WWE SmackDown to escape the toxicity of the bloodline, but having his twin brother betray him in such a public way would add salt to the wound. This betrayal could drive Jey into deeper resentment and possibly set him on a path for revenge. We could see a story arc where Jey, now more determined than ever, seeks allies outside the bloodline to take on his brother, Roman, and the faction that has caused him so much pain. This journey could lead Jey to a climactic showdown, possibly at WrestleMania, where he might finally get the chance to settle the score. Survivor Series, with its history of team-based high-stakes matches, is the perfect arena for this twist. A classic Survivor Series elimination match could see Jimmy and his new Bloodline ally go head-to-head with a team led by Jey, symbolizing the family divide in the most intense way possible. Imagine a scenario where Jey forms a team of other WWE superstars who have suffered at the hands of Roman and the Bloodline, standing together to take on Jimmy, the new recruit, Solo Sikoa, and perhaps even Roman himself. Such a match would be a main event-worthy spectacle, one that could redefine the Bloodline story and give fans the emotional payoff they've been yearning for. A victory for Jey's team could signal the beginning of the end for the Bloodline's reign, while a win for Jimmy and his new partner would solidify the faction's dominance and prove once and for all that loyalty to Roman Reigns comes with rewards. As Survivor Series approaches, the WWE Universe will be watching closely to see if Jimmy does indeed betray Jey in favor of a new ally. If he does, it will mark one of the most shocking moments in WWE's recent history, changing the landscape of the Bloodline story forever. Jimmy's betrayal and the introduction of a new Bloodline member could lead to one of WWE's most compelling storylines, pitting brother against brother and family loyalty against personal ambition. Fans will have to wait and see if the rumors hold true, but one thing is certain. If Jimmy does go through with this betrayal, it will set off a chain reaction that reverberates throughout WWE. With new alliances, shattered bonds, and the emergence of a potential new powerhouse, the Bloodline saga could be about to reach new heights of drama and intensity. Survivor Series may well be the stage where the Uso family fractures for good, leaving behind a legacy of both triumph and tragedy in the WWE universe.